money left in your pockets? Raise your hand. Please bring what you have. How many of you are broke because you bought Bruce Campbell's autograph? Raise your hand. If anybody wants your money back, you may get it at the end of the show, guaranteed.
No, non-refundable, Tim.
Oh my God.
Now,
read the small print.
We'll get some of you probably have some questions for us. Why the hell did you bother with it? What are we doing here? Things like that.
Now, first of all, Tim, let's clarify. Do you know why you're here?
Oh.
Are you going to see 2 movies back to back?
Yeah.
And maybe Evil Dead 1 and 2, right?
It's the same movie, though.
All right, now, Ted, I wonder if perhaps they need to have some background affiliation for these motion pictures so that they can appreciate the experience more fully.
That's an excellent idea.
Thanks. Maybe we'll start with the first Evil Dead movie. Does anyone here know where it was filmed?
Tennessee.
What part of Tennessee? Why do you know that, lady? Because what? You've been in my panel before. Then you just sit there and shut your little face. Okay, so Tennessee. Does anyone know how much the movie cost in real dollars?
$8.
Oh, shut up. In 1979, this motion picture was filmed in 1979. 150,000, good start.
U.S. dollars?
Yeah, yes, U.S. dollars, not in
$300,000.
Cheaper than the convention.
The movie wound up being about $375,000. So that's what you're going to get. Exactly. Now, Ellen, where were you in 1979 when you were first approached?
I was at the University of Michigan studying theater.
Now, we knew you from before because we knew you from high school. So she was a starlet in our Super 8 ventures. So we thought, let's get Ellen because she will let us do bad things to her. Now, Betsy, darling, where were you at the time?
Well, I had already graduated from Michigan State.
Hey.
But I was actually working in Detroit, and you guys asked me out to lunch.
I know, but how did we get a hold of you?
Well, because...
Not where did we get a hold of you?
You came to where my agency was and said, we really want a really, really talented actress that would work well against Bruce.
Who was beautiful, charming. Naturally, they called her.
Oh, that was very subtle.
And that's where I was.
And how many times did you have to audition?
There we go. Just once.
But now, what did Sam Raimi have you do?
Well, actually, we met for lunch.
Yeah, sure.
I can tell her. I can see that was memorable for you.
Well, no, here's why. The actresses we were interviewing for this movie thought we were making a snuff film, so they all said, we're meeting in a public place. And I'm bringing my boyfriend and or future husband with me. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
No, I didn't. It was goddamn lunch.
But then we went into Sam's basement, and that's where I auditioned.
And what did he have you do?
He had me read a scene and then was wondering if I would be adverse to having a plaster mold made of my face.
And what did we say?
Well, I said, I'm not too adverse if you guys know how to do it, and you guys said, of course we know how to do it.
What could possibly go wrong?
I lost all my eyelashes.
They're mostly back. Now, Teresa, did we not have to change your name for this movie?
We did have to change my name because I didn't think the movie was going to go anywhere because, it didn't look that good while I was shooting. But I was in a union and I thought they were going to get a waiver for me to do it. They said they were going to, but they never did. So I just said, oh, I'll go make it. And then...
I'll go make this stupid movie.
And then I made it, and they didn't get the waiver. I said, oh, just call me Sarah York. And then I got the union, then the movie came out, the union suspended me and fined me. More than what I made on the movie. $60? Yeah, I got $80.
All right, just keep your shirt on. Now, Ted. Aside from myself, I believe you're the only person present who can boast that they were in both of the movies you're about to see.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, he's hot in the first one. Ted, describe what you did in the first Evil Dead.
Okay, well, the first Evil Dead, well, I got the job. First of all, let me go back a couple paces because I was the only 12-year-old they knew. So, because of child labor laws were very lax in Tennessee, they realized they could bring me down there, not pay me, and work me 24 hours a day, which they did.
It worked out pretty good.
It worked out pretty good. I was various hands and feet. There is a particular shot that I'm very fond of watching.
That drives me insane.
And I can't get enough of it. I was actually underneath the floorboards at one point. You were? Were you? Oh. Oh, okay. I was underneath the floorboards. Hands had to come up from the floor.
Grab my face.
They grabbed his face. Well, they kept sawing the floorboards because I couldn't punch through this 2x4, naturally, as I was 12. And finally they did. And my hand shot through so fast and hard that it was more like a sock in Bruce's maw. And it's a wonderful moment. You can all watch it. I recommend you watch it as many times as you can. But I digress.
That was your amazing role in the first one.
Yeah, really
Oh, wait, no, there's one more
nothing.
shot that Ted is in. Scott is going to look for something evil after Shelley's been, something horrible happened to her. He's going to look. And so now, Ted, be the guy's feet walking to the, to the bathroom slowly. So normally, you would kind of walk like that a little bit, be cautious. Ted, for some reason, just watch it. Like he does the corn cob up his butt walk. I'm like, are you fucking Frankenstein? So you'll see Ted's work is that he knocked it out of the park at 12. Now, Ted, you were so good in part 1.
Yeah.
When part 2 came along, what happened then?
Part 2 came around, well...
and this is 7 years later now. Part
7 years later, they said, we'll give you... We want to put you in the movie. I remember you guys telling me that.
Sure.
But we're going to give you not one part, not 2 parts, but 3 different parts in the movie. Of course, we're only going to pay you for a half a part.
Right. Yeah.
Which they did.
Because of the labor laws of North Carolina at that time.
Yes.
Part 2 was shot in North Carolina.
That's right. It was shot in
Very
North
lax
Carolina.
labor laws there as well.
Yes. And
how old were you at that point?
I think I was 20.
And Sam cast you as the horrible hag Henrietta.
It was horrible hag Henrietta.
Because he
second movie
knew
I'd like
that
to
he
see.
could punish you mercilessly.
Mercilessly. And mercilessly, I was covered head to toe in prosthetics. I was blind from sclera lenses. It was about 110 degrees in this abandoned gymnasium. I was hanging from wires. It was torture, good old-fashioned torture. It was miserable. I passed out a couple of times.
But I remember the locals came that particular summer. This was 1986 in Wadesboro, North Carolina, outside of Charlotte. The set was built in an old gymnasium of a school. There's no air conditioning in the school. It's an old school. And then we built the cabin set. The first floor of it was the basement. The second floor raised up now, and those of you who are thermal geniuses here will know that that's where the warm air goes, is up. So it was about 110 for 3 weeks straight. And I remember that year the locals kept coming up to us going, man, I sure am sorry about this heat. Man, I just never seen it like this.
There's no fake sweat in this movie.
Yeah, and then cut to Ted, 4 stories up, being spun around in circles. It's awesome. We had a little shindig at Sam's house after one of the nights of shooting. And
yeah, I remember.
We showed up one by one. Hey, Sam, how you doing? Yeah, long day of shooting. Finally, an hour later, Ted shows up. Knock, knock, knock. He comes in and goes, hey, everybody, how you doing? Oh, hey, Ted, how you doing? Where you going? Oh, I don't know, just over here. He walked behind a couch and disappeared and fell flat on his face. We never saw him the rest of the night. So good work on that, Ted. Good work on both pictures.
But thank you. Can anybody here name all 3 parts that I played in Army of Darkness? Not Evil Dead 2, but Army of Darkness.
That's pretty good.
Can anybody name the parts? And if you can, Bruce Campbell has a $35 prize for you. No, sorry. No, that's not true. Maybe $30 or something. It's 40.
40
in his car. Who can name it? Yeah, yes, you, sir. Right in the middle. Stand up so we can hear you.
The Woeful Farmer.
The what?
The what? The
buffalo
farmer? The what?
The farmer who wants to fight.
The farmer who wants to fight. That's pretty close. Yeah, I'll buy that, right?
The coward who wants to run away.
Right.
And the stock boy from S-Mart.
That's right, 100 points. You win.
That's $20, jerk. Get out of my face. Yeah, no more stories.